All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Mr. Darrell, pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. First item on the agenda is to approve our agenda.
Move.
Motion by Weiss, second by Dennert. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. This time we'll open the meeting up for any public comments. Anyone wish to address the commission this morning on any topic that isn't on the agenda? In person, out there on the phone, or online? Seeing none, we will keep moving. Approve and authorize chairman to sign solid and yard waste collection service contract with Dependable Sanitation.
Move.
Motion by Weiss. Second. Second by Dinger. Any further discussion? It is in the packet for review. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next up, Dirk Rogers, Highway Superintendent, with a couple right-of-ways and a department update. Good morning, Dirk.
Howdy. Yeah, these are just a couple of right-of-way occupancies for Northern Electric. Schmidt Construction's doing them. They're both on Road 6. We've got a minor, it's been about 25 years in the making, you know, some very molasses-like development's been going on 6, so we got a few more things popping up out there. So these are just a couple electrical to take board under the road, get the other side of the road. One's between 130th and 129th and 130th. It's in the first mile south of 6. And then the other one is one further south. $37, $38 down here. So pretty simple, just pour them under the road, get the electric to the other side. I'd recommend them.
Move. Second. Motion by Dinger, second by Denner, to approve the right-of-way occupancies. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Just a little update on a few things. Actually brought a note today. That's because I'm getting old, not that we're doing a whole bunch of stuff. No. I don't know if you've seen it, the guardrail at Richmond's going. I know they got most of the anchors in. They'll come back through with the posts and the cable, and it looks a little funky. It runs over the bridge, but it all goes back to that process we were going through and trying to get a system that'd get approved. So you might get some comments why the hell they run it over the bridge, but that's just trying to make it work and get the funding and all that, you know, and I gotta be careful. I think we're gonna end up paying like $18,000 or something for that system, so it ended up being a pretty good use of the safety money, I think.
Sure.
Been paving up at Claremont and Hecla. They, Bituminous, who's doing that for us, also is doing a little bit in Dade County, and they're doing that, some work on that State 10 project, and then they have something else they're doing in Oak. So my point is, they're doing, it might seem a little piecemealy, but they've been moving around to dodge the rain a little bit, and they've had to reshoot oil a couple times because we shot oil and then it rained, but for the most part, it seems to be going along pretty good, so. Sure better than us hauling it all up there.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna take another stab at the Elm Lake Bridge in July. I don't know the exact date, I didn't look to see what the letting is, but in the July DOT letting, they're gonna take another run at that. That, up there, 'cause that bridge is on basically on a causeway in the middle of a lake. And I won't get into federal requirements, because we don't have a really boring day to spend on that. But because of the way the bridge is and the funding and blah, 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 the whole thing has to have riprap and sheet piling the entire length of that. And that is what the hiccup is. It's just a massive, massive cost. So hopefully, if I had it to do over again, we'd accepted the double, you know, the 100% over the engineer's estimate bid, because we'd have the bridge by now, and wouldn't have cost us a heck of a lot more locally, but just seemed like a lot of money to put into that. So hopefully this time we'll get a bid, and if it's remotely reasonable, we'll take it and we'll move forward. Like I said before, we're only responsible for like 5.4% of the match there, so It's not a huge cost difference to the county specifically, but, it's all tax money, and I don't like spending $2 million more when we don't need to. Sand Lake Bridge, they're, as of right now, are not gonna start on that until in the spring. So early next spring, they'll just start on it, rip it out, and hopefully just stay on it continuously. So along with that, we'll get everything on 16 paved as much as we can. That won't, you know, get destroyed by the bridge construction, but, that also kinda helps financially a little bit to manage that now I know, all right, starting next year, we gotta start paying for that bridge, so, it does, the timing of that, despite it being 25 years in the making, the timing of it, when we get down to the brass tacks here, is actually kinda beneficial to, you know, make it a little easier to pay for it.
What's another year after all these years?
Well, you've been telling me that for 15 years!
Well, the likelihood is that it'll be done in 1 year as opposed to 2.
Right.
Yep, there you go, I mean, the total time that it's out will be shorter.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
And then will Highway 10 bridge be done up there by then too?
I sure hope so.
I think they said November-ish was
Yeah, that
the
one's
That'll
done.
kind of be nice to not
projected
have
date.
multiple at the same time.
Yeah. But the guys that are saying that now, I'm like, well, you know that bridge is posted, you can't legally take a full load over there. Well, don't take that out before harvest, but, well, you wanna drive your pickup back and forth over it, or what?
Yeah.
Since we're on bridges a little bit, that conversation last week, I was pretty close, called the DOT to talk to them about selling a bridge, and, this is one of those unique situations where everybody's willing. You have overlap with the landowners and the township, because regardless of what the government wants, the landowner still has to initiate the vacation process. I mean, someone that lives on the vacated road, right? So, in this case, the township and the landowners, there's overlap, and the people that want the bridge there, and so, as long as I can, all they have to do is vacate it, you know, if they're gonna do one of those, how often, what, every 6 years the township meets or something, I don't know, but whenever they have their next meeting, they're gonna vacate that, and, you know, I suppose there'll be, at some point, we'll do a resolution and send something to the state, taking it off of our inventory, so, that shouldn't be too big of a deal there.
So how much are we selling it for?
So the rest of the story there, that I didn't wanna say, but I was gonna bring the bill up, the trees that everybody was lathered up, take the trees out, that was 12 grand. If we gotta take the bridge out, conservatively, that's 30 grand. I don't know what's gonna happen, and I hate to even say this, and we're in open session, but it's a reality of the Jim River, is there's gonna be trees on that bridge again, and someday it's gonna tip over. And I don't wanna create any more value there, and I understand that, I totally get, you guys are going, you dumbass, what are you doing? Just flush $999 down the toilet. I get that, but I don't wanna, I mean, you can't even take that thing out and scrap the metal and come out ahead. And
We know, we're just picking it.
I know you are, but I'll come up with a way to save $999.
You're gonna.
He was gonna just give us, whether we take it out, all that doesn't matter, he was gonna give it to us.
I know, but I don't wanna do anything that shows that we think there's value there, so that later on, we're up there digging the damn thing out of the river, because
It's gonna end up there.
Well,
Yeah.
the value is in poking you in the ribs over the conversation.
if that's the worst you guys got for me, then I'll take it.
We're good.
All day.
Anyway, all right.
Another thing, I know y'all getting calls about patching and mowing. We're not sitting around watching the sun come up and down. I mean, we've patched every single day that they've had asphalt, that it wasn't raining, okay? And I hate to have to tell everybody, yeah, we're coming. And same thing with the mowing. Probably got a couple leads on some decent summer help, so we can probably get the mowing sped up here a little bit. And then, last thing I got is, Matt and I are going to the summer meeting tomorrow and Thursday, and Cindy's already gone this week, so if somebody with a Hutterite accent picks up the phone, I mean, I'm just telling you, we'll be covering the office with other guys, and there's somebody out there, but It's the, you know, because what I've seen defined is when the call doesn't get answered at the highway shop, about 12 and a half seconds later, they speed dial a commissioner, who in turn calls me and asks me why no one at the highway department answered the phone, and I'm just telling you right now, so it should be fine, but, we're a little short-handed this week on our office staff, so,
Yeah.
just telling you. All right, you guys got any questions?
Question off the cuff. What's the long-term plan for Melgard Road leg from the high school up to past Walmart to the state highway by the airport? Is that,
The only part of that is south on 19, now that whole thing's the cities.
Mhm.
I haven't talked to them as to what the plans are. I think I saw they have a project on east, that they
Okay.
call East Melgard,
mhm.
but I haven't talked to Stu to see what the specifics of that. I do see they laid some asphalt up on Dakota Street,
Yeah.
so being your head against the wall long enough, at least
Mhm.
got there.
Unfortunately,
With that,
you were badmouthed on Facebook because of that.
yeah.
Oh, well. Take a
I gave a
number.
crap what anybody thought. I wouldn't get out of bed in the morning,
Take
so.
a number.
No kidding. So,
All right, good.
but that's what I
Yeah.
know about that. I did see there was a project for it, so.
Good.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Well, it wasn't even that bad. Carl, how are you? Good, good. They're in good mood today, so.
Well, I came just to hear you.
Did you? You missed all the good stuff.
Well, I know it was good.
Have a safe day.
All right, thank you, Dirk.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to the consent calendar, turn it over to Lynn.
Approval of the general meeting minutes for June 3rd.
Move. Second.
Motion by Dinger, second by Weiss, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, motion carries.
You gotta go.
Claims,
Move. Second.
Motion by Gage, second by Weiss, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, motion carries.
Char reports,
Move. Second.
Motion by Dennert, second by Weiss, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, motion carries.
lease agreements,
Move. Second.
Motion by Dinger, second by Gage, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, motion carries.
claim assignments,
Move. Second.
Motion by Gage, second by Dennert, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, motion carries.
set hearing date and authorize advertising for a temporary alcohol permit for Spurs.
Move.
Second.
Motion by Weiss, second by Dinger, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, motion carries.
Lottery permit,
Move.
Motion by Weiss, second by Gage, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, motion carries.
landfill tonnage report,
Move. Second.
Motion by Dennert, second by Weiss, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, motion carries.
travel request,
Move. Second.
Motion by Dinger, second by Weiss, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, motion carries. Any other business to come before the Brown County Commission this morning? We've had a request to go into exec for personnel. I saw Ross come in, possibly legal or contract.
Move.
Motion by
Second.
Weiss, second by Dennert, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, motion carries, we are in exec. All right, lights back on, we're back in session, out of exec with no action as a result. Anything to come before the Brown County Commission this morning?
Motion to adjourn.
I
Second.
left a message for you to call me.
Oh, okay, thank you. I'm sorry, we have a motion by Weiss, second by Dennert.
No, Dennert motion.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Excuse me.
Dennert. Oh, good. We have a motion and a second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, motion carries, we are adjourned.